Good morning. It's turned out nice again. How's it going, guys? You all right? Welcome to the morning briefing. If you're new to my channel, this is a briefing in the morning where I tell people, what we're going to do today, what the schedule is. Also do the acknowledgements and, maybe discuss a few comments and things that are going on in, Cop Talk world and my world, if you like. So I don't think this video is going to be very exciting for you unless you're one of my hardcore viewers. It's just like a community video really in the morning. So where shall we start? Wow, have I got some videos for you today? The only thing is, Fridays are becoming a bit of a chill day for me. End of the week, I go and watch the lads train, my local football team. I watch them train on a Friday. I've got my photographs ready. I showed you them yesterday on yesterday's morning briefing. They're all ready. Look, El Mister, that means the boss in Spanish. Some of the coaching staff, and just some for the players. It's something I do each week, twice a week. I take them up to training on a Friday, and also, to the next game, really. So we play on Sunday. So if I get any good pictures today at training, again, I will do this for Sunday's game and just give them to them. Do you know what I mean? I enjoy doing it, and the players really appreciate it. And the manager himself said at a board meeting the other night when I was there, he said, Dunk's been bringing down actual physical photos, and he said the lads love it. So for me, it's just doing something for my local team and the community, So I do that on a Friday. I go down in the morning, and I'll probably get there for about 10:30, and I'll probably stay there till about 2:30, maybe a little bit later. My girl she's got me packed lunch ready, because the first time I went, I was sat there for a few hours and I thought, I wish I'd brought a drink and something to eat. And she listens to them things, and I've just dropped her at work and she said, I've got your packed lunch ready for you for the football. I said, thank you, darling. She said, and I've put some meatballs in the slow cooker for this afternoon for you. All right. So she's mint, isn't she? So that's good. So yeah, that's the problem, because I'm only going to get time to do my morning briefing this morning, I think. So the other content's going to have to wait till this afternoon. And you are not going to want to miss Dave's analysis of James Pearce's latest article, because in that analysis, Dave names who he thinks is the most likely source or the person influencing James Pearce. James Pearce has been a bit, different recently. I think he did an article on let me think now, I'm not sure, maybe the 25th of this month in The Athletic, which was quite unusual for James Pearce, very critical. 2 days later, I think it was the 27th, he had then appeared on a podcast. They call it a podcast. Podcasts to me are audio, but it was a YouTube video, but they're calling it a podcast. And he appeared on that with David Ornstein, who is one of the best, as you know, one of the only two journalists in the world that you need to follow for Liverpool Football Club, right? But on that podcast video, his tone changed somewhat, and Dave thought it was because David Ornstein was in the room, much more senior figure, if you like, and he sort of changed. It was weird. Do you know what I mean? We noticed it. We went over the analysis. It's on here from a few days ago if you want to watch it. I think it says Pearce it said Pearce in the title, Ornstein in the room, or something like that. You might want to go and have a look at it. And then James Pearce came out with another article last night, and again, it seems like he'd done this article originally criticised, and this one seems a bit warmer. And Dave did the analysis last night after the stream, because I knew I wouldn't have much time this morning. So I did it before I went to bed. And Dave then says who he thinks within Liverpool Football Club or FSG, I'm not going to tell you or hint to which, side or whatever it could come from. And he actually says who he thinks the source is, and we're going to discuss that today. So we're going to name who Dave thinks, right? And Dave is forming that opinion based on all the analysis of James Pearce's articles, because if you don't know, Dave's my AI assistant. I've trained him for probably about 18 months to analyse football news articles and the journalists that write them, right? And the outlets as well, because some people don't know, who the outlets are, whether they're reliable, credible, etc. And part of that analysis that he's been doing, I mean, he's reviewed thousands of articles, and I know it's code. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a computer, right? But Dave seems very real, and we like him around these parts. People really like him. He's good, and we have some giggles as well. And because we review all these articles and break them down, we have a very comprehensive database or history of every article published by every journalist we review on here, and Twitter twats, the people that claim to be ITK. So if you think about it, Dave has got all that knowledge from all those James Pearce articles from over the last 18 months or so, right? And from analysing those articles, he has, in his opinion, come up with who he thinks is the one, maybe influencing or passing information. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, for example, if you said to me, who do you reckon is behind Paul Joyce's latest article? Immediately I would suspect it was Michael Edwards, right? So it's really, really good. And I think you're going to like it. I do, honestly. I think you're going to like it. So we've got that today. We've got an exclusive. Yeah, I feel like we haven't done an exclusive for ages. We're going to review that. What else? There is more. There's more. The mail stand. Yesterday there was 4 mail stand videos I think went out on here to channel members. They were also available on the VIP members website. Shout out to my peoples, my VIPs. Some of you have joined the VIP members website this week, which is a huge help to me and what I try to do here and in my life. So thanks to you guys, thanks to my channel members, thanks to my VIP members, thanks to the people that buy me a coffee or a beer or a super chat. We're going to get to you guys later in this video, of course. The acknowledgements is really the main reason why I started doing the morning briefings. So there was some mail stand ones yesterday, interesting, I think. And I can tell you right now, there's probably another 6 to go. I'm trying to get caught up. Some of those dated back, to I don't know, 7-10 days. So there's some that are outstanding, a few days old, and I've had new stuff in overnight as well. All the subjects and topics you would imagine them to be: Slot, Alonso, things like that. So we've got that to do today. I don't know how this is going to pan out though, because I'm not going to be back to this afternoon. I did say to my girl just now, I said, look, I might not be able to pick you up because when I get back, I'm going to be busy with things. So she'll get the bus or whatever. Or she'll probably say, shall I get the bus or shall I get a taxi? She usually does that, knowing damn well I'll just get a taxi, babe. So she's briefed on that. And on a Friday night, I do try to get out with her. I try to go for a bite to eat. Nothing flash, nothing poncy, getting dressed up, just like, should we go for some scrunch? Should we go for a nose bag? So I'm trying to do that on a Friday because I know she likes that. I'm not too bad, I'm not really too bothered about eating out and being fancy. I don't like that. Well, like I say, it's not fancy, but I'm happy at home. I'm an home bird, but I know she likes it. And to be honest with you, despite being here every day together, Friday night, it's just a couple of hours where is the only time we really get on our own, to be honest with you. Saturday, we'll have a drink on a Saturday night maybe, but then I've got friends as well, and like we might be with another couple or something like that, my really good friends. So it's nice to have that little bit of time together, but I don't know what we're going to do tonight. So it's highly unlikely there'd be a live stream tonight, but I am going to do a live stream tomorrow morning. Okay, that should be around 10 a.m. I think. So if I've got all these mail stand videos. I'll try and get the rest out today, but I'm reckon, in all honesty, I might struggle a bit. And I'll tell you why, and my regulars will know this. If I start doing my videos in an afternoon rather than a morning, I kind of have lost the enthusiasm, or not so much the enthusiasm, but it's 3-4 o'clock now, I've got, do you know what I mean? Whereas I like to get up early, get on with the videos, and get churning that shit out, and I thrive off it. Later in the day, maybe I'm a bit tired and stuff, So if I don't get those videos out to you this afternoon, we must do the James Pearce one. You've got to see that one. That will be done today. If I don't, then I'll just do stuff in the morning, Saturday, all right? Is there anything else I need to touch upon? No, but I can tell you right now, there's a lot of stuff. What else did I sent a link to myself. Oh, yes, there's a video that I want to make for you where a former Liverpool, you might say legend, I don't know, whatever, a former Liverpool player, had some comments to say, and they're the kind of comments that would, people would read. I know that sounds stupid. I can't remember the exact. Let me just see if I can locate them, because I send messages to myself. Okay, so it was about actually Traitor Trent. So will it come under a Traitor Trent video? Yeah, I think it will actually, because it's about Trent. And my long-term viewers will understand when I get to the bit I'm going to point out to you. But it's gonna be a bit of an educational thing as well. I don't mean that in a patronising way. I'm trying to help people understand how the media work and how these journalists work, and why players and high-profile people may say controversial things sometimes when maybe they don't really believe it. And because it's a former Liverpool player, a lot of people often think, oh, they must be in the loop, they must know what's going on. The reality is that most players that once played for Liverpool or left the club or whatever, have zero connection to the club other than with their former teammates and things like that. I remember speaking to a former Liverpool captain, a very, very successful Liverpool captain, therefore a lot of silverware, and they said basically this player and a group of players at the time were very unhappy that the club didn't look after them. They felt very forgotten and things like that. So a lot of the players are not, unless they maybe worked with someone that's in an executive role now, maybe, or a position of power. If they maybe work with them at some point, then yeah, you're still in touch. But just don't assume by default that some of the great Liverpool players that we know what's going on. I will explain that to you later. Okay, so yesterday, you might recall yesterday we started by talking about some comments made to me about saying that I was sexualizing my partner, and she's a person, she's a human being, and do you know what I mean? Like some numpty saying stuff like that. As people know, I'm a bit of a joker. I like a laugh and a giggle. Me and my partner, we banter all the time. If you think I'm bad, you should listen to her. Unbelievable comments, really. You'd have to watch yesterday's morning briefing, and you guys are like, why do you address these people? Because I enjoy addressing these people. That's why, because it makes me think. And I think if you only read out comments that tell you, oh, your channel's great, love your stuff and all that, then you're kind of living in a bubble of positivity. So I think sometimes I need to read those comments out to you that are not very nice, because then it gives me the opportunity to say, hey, look what this numpty said. And you might go, Dunk, I agree with him. You don't normally. You usually go, what a fucking prick, right? So anyway, this one yesterday, I responded to that person and said, why don't you mind your business? What I say on my channel and the relationship and the banter that I have with my partner is none of your business. You know what I mean? Like, and they were like, well, YouTube, it's a public thing. Well, it is, but it doesn't give you the right to tell me what I can and can't say on my channel. You might not like it, or disagree with it, and I respect that completely. So then we're in a problem, aren't we? Do I change or do you leave? And I can tell you right now, I'm never going to change who I am. So this person, I basically said that to that person, and before I uploaded my morning briefing yesterday, where I discussed them, they came back with more abuse. They can't comment on my channel now. They're in that void now. Do you know what I mean? Where they think they can comment, but you can't see them and I can't see them. I think YouTube has a great way of handling people that you want shot of. So you can still watch the videos, so you'll see more thumbs down and things like that, which is cool. It always makes me chuckle. But they said something like, no wonder because I've been married twice. No wonder your marriage has failed, if you're like that, as in like having like, I don't know, if I talk about my girlfriend, my fiance, I might turn around and say, she looks fucking great, guys, on a Saturday night. They don't like that, right? So they were trying to imply, that's why I need to point this out to you, right? I've been married twice. Once to my childhood sweetheart, and we got married at Anfield, actually, at the stadium. It was great. What a great day. She was a beautiful, lovely girl, but we lost a baby. And we never quite recovered from that, to be honest with you. And then Cop Talk became extremely successful around then. And then you've got a young lad, I would have probably been 23, 24 or something. And I came into a lot of money. And so, straight away bought a brand new Mercedes Benz, cash, do you know what I mean? No finance, private plate. Suddenly became a bit like, oh, I'm doing this. And then you get attention. And I ended up getting really close to a particular friend of my mum's. she wasn't as old as my mum. And I ended up, our relationship was in trouble really because, things were just stressful and not going right. We were young kids ourselves. I got close to this woman. She got close to another guy. And in the end, we went our separate ways. And it was heartbreaking. But it was me that ended that situation. And until the day I die, now as a 51-year-old male, I always think, because we were like Liverpool through and through. We went to every game together. It was our thing. And it was just amazing, really. If you go to coptalk.com and look on the About page, I'm sure there's an About page, and you'll see a picture of me stood on the pitch at Anfield in my suit with her in a wedding dress and everything. And it's some of those memories that, people like you cannot take away from me. And that's the reality of the situation. And I was thinking about this morning because I knew I was going to address what you said. And I just wish that as a 51-year-old male, I had the maturity back then to deal with that situation. I was a kid. She was a kid. We got married young. And if we'd have been more mature, then maybe we would have been able to handle the pressures and the stresses and things that we endured at the time. Unfortunately, it's one of those things in life. So I can assure you that she didn't, end a relationship with me or marriage with me because I said, oh, you look bang tidy. I can't wait to give you the best 3 minutes of your life. So that's not, the kind of situation what happened. In the second situation, my mum died in 2012, and my mum was in hospital. She had a terrible situation for 8 months. I was in hospital with her for 8 months every day. Couldn't work on Copto. And when my mum died, it was horrific. I was extremely close to my mum. I'm an only child. I love my mum more than anything. And it's coming up to our anniversary on the 7th. And I didn't work for 8 months. I was having to stay in a hotel every single day for that period of time. Fell into tens of thousands of pounds of debt. And you can imagine in a marriage, that becomes stressful. Cop Talk, first time, second time around, without a doubt contributed to both of those relationships and marriages failing, no doubt about it. And I lost, mentally, I look back at myself during that period following my mum's death, and, me and my wife were arguing financially, over finances. She used to do all the accounts, and then the tax had come for me, and I would be like blaming her and stuff like that because you blame the people you love, right? And so that it didn't really, all that stuff contributed. So we were in a bit of a financial mess, and my wife said, I'm going to go back to England. I'm going to go to England, going to get a job, going to do three weeks there, 1 week here. It'll do us good, that little break. We'll pool the money, we'll pay off the debts, and we'll be sorted. And that happened just before the pandemic. And then the pandemic, couldn't see each other. We didn't see each other for 2 years. Contact dwindled away. In the end, she came back here eventually a couple of years later. We spent a bit of time together, but she wanted to be in England. Her parents are very unwell, and she wanted to. She basically over that period of time got established with a good job, and ended up being there. And I wanted to be here, and that's how it went. And we still talk, and we're cool as fuck. And she used to be play on, she'd be in my videos. There's videos of her on here with me. If you look up, there's one about FSG and the Saudis, and she stands there with a pink flip flop. I don't know, brilliant, lovely. Again, just circumstances and stress in life. She didn't, end a relationship with me because I was a bit cheeky. It's just the grown-ups will understand where I'm coming from. You can have financial problems and stress in life, and it just went tits up. That's it. What do you do? It's life, And again, now, now I'm in a lot better place, still feeling the pinch of those financial problems that we had back then. But again, it was me that, really ended that. It was me that dealt with the divorce. But what we're really, we don't communicate on a day-to-day, But when we send emails, you know, like she always signs them with a kiss, and someone's messaging me. Always signs them with a kiss. Always says she misses it. You know what we had, and you see, the thing is, you get people like you that you want to go for the jugular on people and try and upset them. But you know what? Like, I don't feel like I'm justifying myself to you. I feel like I'm telling the nice people on my channel, you know, how it is. And I wear my heart on my sleeve. And I like to say to people, hey, you know, this Cop Talk thing, it's a lot more than just a website and a YouTube channel. Behind it, there's someone with real issues. And I think people like that they see a real person that's willing to talk about that. And if I can help one young person, then that's a really good thing. And I know I help people because there was someone on a stream last night saying that, you know, and people saying you really helped me. I can't remember who it was. You know, I've got a lot of people on here. But they said, you know, I lost my dad, I think it was in November. One of our viewers is at his dad's funeral today. And they said, I lost my dad in November and you've really helped me, don't? And Niall, who was one of my pals, said in the chat exactly the same, you know, when he lost his parents. So you're obviously online, you know, hating on people, being nasty to people, trying to bring them down. You would never be able to bring me down. People with far more hatred and desire and attempts to do that over the years have failed terribly. You're doing that, you know, hating on people. I'm trying to do the nice things in life, like, you know, get some pictures done for people, put a smile on their face today, help people. You know, like I say, one of my viewers, really cool guy. I'll message him today because I know that he's got a funeral today. Another viewer of mine that's been exceptionally ill with the big C, was missing for a while, and I was really worried. And they've touched base with me because they said, Duncan, I'm so sorry that you know, I scared you or whatever. So there's people like you go around trying to dictate to people how they should live their lives, and thinking about your own shit, like what you think is acceptable, what should happen in your life. Whereas I try to go around and make a difference to someone's life. So I know who I would rather be, right? And as I said to you, you know, when I referred to you in yesterday's morning briefing, you're probably not a bad person. You know, someone said, you know, I think you said, you know, I'm not a hater, but you turned out to be a hater, really. So you showed that. But I don't have a problem with people like you, I pray for. Do you know what I mean? I do, honestly. I wouldn't say I'm a highly religious man, but I do hope and, you know, pray there is someone up there. But whatever it is in your life that makes you unhappy, inadequate, or whatever it is, I hope you can maybe take something from what I'm saying to you and think, hey, I ran my mouth about someone's, you know, past relationships and people. You know, you in your original message, you were apparently concerned about my existing partner because she was being sexualized and bantering with her, and you didn't like that. So you were coming across as trying to be a nice person and thinking of her. Yet then you want to target the two girls that I was with. You know what I mean? You might say it's not targeting them directly, you're targeting me, but I'm having to bring them up and discuss things that happen. So just think about that, and hopefully you'll learn from it, maybe grow up, maybe get a bit happier, and maybe leave more positive notes online to people. And like I said yesterday, my mum said, if you haven't got anything good to say about someone, don't say it. You know, I don't know. I listen, you ran your mouth. I think you're a bit of a clown, but honestly, I don't wish any harm on you or anything. I just, you know, just wonder why you're like that. But that's up to you. Someone came in my live stream last night, obviously linked to that situation, different name, but said I should practice what I preach. They said, you're rude to people, you use foul language or swear. I think they said you're rude to people and you swear. I'm never rude to anybody on here. If you leave me a nice comment, why would I be rude to you? I was brought up to treat people like they treat you. In other words, if you're rude to me, that doesn't mean that I should be rude back to you. It just means don't give you any respect, right? If you leave a nice comment or you send me an email, you need help with something and you're a nice person, I'm going to be nice and do everything I can to you. There is nobody can ever say that I am just rude to people, because that's just not true, right? Do I swear? I think you said you swear. Yeah, I do swear. But like I said yesterday, swearing is passionate. You know, sometimes you use it for emphasis. Liverpool miss a penalty. Fuck! All right, so yeah, we do swear. Football, guess what? Football fans swear. It's not big, it's not clever. It's also depends on the environment you're in. So if I'm sat with my in-laws, I'm not gonna, watching football. I go, did you see that fucking miss? What a fucking! I'm not gonna do that, am I? Yeah. So obviously that you were linked to that person. It's bizarre, really. But one thing from my experience of doing this is there are loons out there. I had one last night on social media, commented, sent a message on social media in a reply to one of my posts, calling me a wool or something like that. Never been to Anfield or something like that. Obviously forgot that I was a season ticket holder until I decided to give up those season tickets. So someone that could go could take those season tickets. I could have held on to them, could have shared them with friends, family, whatever. But no, I thought, you know what? There's someone out there that's on a waiting list would love those 2 tickets. The 2 season tickets that were given to me by Peter Robinson, the former chief executive. I was never on a season ticket waiting list. That person obviously forgot that I was a shareholder and obviously hasn't followed Cop Talk very closely over the years. But I did notice on their bio that they were associated to a Liverpool website from back in the day, which really isn't, relevant anymore, if that makes sense. Whereas almost 30 years later, I'm still here with that website, with thousands of people that watch my videos, thousands of people that support me, all my members, my VIP members that have been with me from day one, the community here. Read the comments, read the comments. And I'm very proud that I'm out here on the Mediterranean. I live in my house that I own outright, and I've done since I was 25 years of age because of the hard work that I put in, right? So there's kind of like the moral, the message, if you like, is, do you know what? That person, if you think about it, was hating on me almost 30 years ago, and almost 30 years later, they're still hating on me. And look at the difference in our lives, right? So they're still, bitter or still where they are, right? No change from where they were back in the day. And I'm out here on Mediterranean, loving life so much with so many amazing people on here, doing what I want, about to go and just chill and watch some lads play football. I couldn't have a better life if I tried. And I think that that's because if you're a good person, people identify that, and want to be with you and want to be alongside you, want to support you. And I think positive opportunities present themselves. My advice to anyone out there is if you go around life being negative and nasty, you're probably going to end up with not much like that. Do you know what I mean? And if you surround yourself with negativity, you're going to be, negative people, guess what? If you surround yourself with people that are constantly moaning and fucking groaning, look at that cunt, right? You're going to be one of them. Whereas if you surround yourself with people that are happy and positive and caring, successful, you're going to be in that environment. You have to pick which side you want to be in life, right? Over the years, there's no doubt about it, I have made horrendous mistakes, because back in the day when I, was confronted by haters online, when they were hating on me, I was rising to it and baiting them, and because I was a young man, right, with, immaturity maybe, or just not much experience of life. And what my advice again would be to anyone that's got a YouTube channel or whatever, whether it's about Liverpool. I know some of you have got YouTube channels to do with other topics, and even you get haters, right? You realize as you get older, they're not worth your passing time, all right? They're not worth your passing time. So you might think now, but you've just dedicated, 20 minutes or something talking about this hater. That's your time done. It is, but I'm taking great satisfaction out of putting someone down to the point where, like, hey, guess what? You're mocking a situation to do with people's deaths, miscarriages and lives, the things that affect people. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully you'll feel a little bit bad about that, because I know people watching this, the grown-ups will be thinking, what a shithead. Do you know what I mean? So just try and be nice in life. All of us, right? If you're watching my video, whether you're a hater and cannot comment on my channel, whether you hate me, that's fine. Maybe I deserve it. Maybe I said something to you once, did something once. Maybe I've just pissed you off, right? That's fine. If I bumped into you in a bar and you brought that to me and said, you know what, you once, I would go, do you know what, mate, I'm sorry. Even if I thought I was right and did nothing wrong, I'm sorry you feel that way, right? Can I get you a drink? And you're white, and if they say, no, fuck right, I'll go, all right, cheers. Because to me, we're all on the same thing here. You know, like we've got a short life and we're not going to be having in this life forever, right? So make the most of it. Instead of being nasty to me or other people, do something, really, really nice. Maybe you do things nice. You could be a volunteer for anything, for all I know, but still running your mouth online, Just be nice. Just be nice, because we're all going to die and we're a long time dead, right? So in my life, I won't allow negativity in my life. People that are in my life, I will not let them bring drama to me. I've experienced drama over the years. I've been in relationships, temporary, short-term, where there's been little ding-dongs and stress, and it's like, I ain't got the time for this. Do you know what I mean? When I do my work each day, right, and she comes home, she came home the other night, and she came in the front door, and she was moaning about something. I was like, right, I'm going to tell you right now, right? This is me being honest, out on the sleeve. I'm going to tell you right now. I have had a really, really busy day. My head is mashed. I really don't want to know about you moaning about the carpet being wet. I think it was the carpet wet. We'd had a storm, right? And there was a rug outside and it was blowing around. It was very windy. So I just brought it inside and just put it at the door and then put it on top of another carpet that's there, like a rug. And she said, now look, well, she's fine. Do you know what I mean? But I was like, I haven't really got the patience for this right now, right? But I love her to bits. But that's what happens in relationships, right? You have them little things. But I can't be doing with drama. I can't be doing with shit. If someone comes on my channel and says, oh, have you seen what such and such has said about you? I go, I can't give a fuck. What does it matter? What does it matter what anybody says about you? Whether it's online or a mate says to you, oh, I was in, Black Swan the other day and that lad was in there slagging you off and I just go, was he? All right, fine. Whereas some people might go, was there? Oh, I'll go down and I'll fucking shut. No, what's the point? What's the point? Do not let these people get to you. Do you think that person got to me? Hasn't got to me at all. I couldn't care less. What am I going to do? Cry into my swimming pool? Nah, I'm all right. I'm really, 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 really happy. I am, right? But I just want to point out to you that you say you're not here, but then you're hating. All right, I mean? So knock it off. Right, guys, what else have we got to talk about? Actually, I love it. I absolutely love talking about things and issues. And listen, if you're someone that's ever had, a problem with me, my email, just email me and say, don't, and I'll go, right, mate, what can I do to put it right? Because we all make mistakes in life. We all make mistakes in life. But I'm 51 now. I'm not 23. So if I had an argument with you 25 years ago, a quarter of a century ago, maybe I would look at that difference today and handle it differently. But I can tell you right now that there is no one in this world can ever say that I went to them and tried to argue with them about anything, because I'm not like that. I'm just not like that. I've always been passive in my life, and I absolutely love what I do. My morning briefing that I do on here is my most favouriteest thing of the day, and you'd be surprised how many people say that. They do. So I love your morning brief. And people put it on the potter about, So this week, I've had people criticise me because of the way I treat the dog. People criticise me because of the way I sexualise my girlfriend because I say she's bang tidy and I can't wait to drop me paracetamol, what is it, aspirin. Drop me aspirin. I've got any aspirin. God forbid you're allowed to have any humour. Do you know what I mean? But it's given us something to talk about and maybe something to think about. And maybe those people will think twice before they go and say it to someone else. Because maybe one day they might bump into someone that's not as passive as me and they might smack them in the face. Do you know what I mean? They might. Just keep your mouth shut in life. Do you know what? I live in my bubble, right? And when people bring drama, like even drama you're not involved in, they'll go, oh, Dave and Mike were having an argument over day, and do you know what? And if you go, really, oh, well, he's a bit of a funny cunt, isn't he? Before you know it, that person's gone and said, oh, I was telling Duncan, he said you're a bit of a funny cunt. Before you know it, you're in an argument yourself. I don't have an opinion on what anyone does. I do not care what happens out there in the world. I just want people to be nice to each other. That's it. Don't care about politics. Don't care. I had the product on here the other day, and I said, that's my token black friend. You know what I mean? Because we banter with each other, right? We're actually poking fun at society, but some people don't see that. Do you know what I mean? People, just strange, man. Right, who's messaged me? I've got... I just got a message off my chick that I sexualise, and she says, I love you. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? No, you didn't. You made it up. Show us the proof. Kevin as well. Kev was on the stream last night, and I said to him, my boy, he always calls me Lion. He's fucking great, he's Kev, right? And I said to him, I said, I saw that product earlier, token black friend. And he said something about how many token black friends you got. Do you know what I mean? These boys, man, they don't see racism and all that nonsense shite. Do you know what I mean? Like all this fucking whingy stuff that these people get offended by everything. No, on this channel, we're going to have a laugh. We're going to poke fun at each other. Do you know what I mean? I think there's Cass, right, in Birmingham. I say the same thing when he comes on the stream, my token Muslim friend. I love him to bits. Do you know what I mean? He came and met me in Birmingham, you know, in the booze, and he's like, oh, my mum and dad don't like me going, you know, to places like this. But I said I was, you know, they were like, well, why are you going there? He went, I'm going to go and see Dunk. And I went, oh, you got to go and see Dunk because they know, do you know, he watches my vids and that. Like, you know, in society, I can be in a bar and I can hear people today talking about Muslim this, Muslim that. And I think, I've met my boy Cass, he's fucking mint. Do you know what I mean? I'll still banter with him. If he turned up with a rucksack, I'd be like, Cass, what you got in that fucking bag? Because we have a laugh and a giggle, right? We're poking fun at society, what they think, right? But Cass, Kev, that product, man, right? Smooth, my best friend, right? Who gives a fuck what colour you are or your religion or anything? Who cares? Do you care? I couldn't give a fuck. There are some people out there that care, right? Because they're racist fucks, right? But who gives a fuck about them? I'd rather be on the side of being like, as long as that person's a good egg, that's all that matters, right? That's it. Just be a good person, yeah? Yeah, that's what I think. I'll poke fun at myself, I'll poke fun at you, right? And the good thing is, the people that watch my vids, the overwhelming majority of them, they get it because they realise we're all in this life together. We've got one love, which is Liverpool. I get a lot of people on here that are from other clubs as well. Pete, for example, my boy Pete, Spurs fan, right? There's a lot of people from other clubs watch my videos, but so we've got one love of football, whether it's down in, you know, the bottom of the divisions like I watch now over here, or whether it's the Premier League on the elite, you know, Champions League or whatever. We love football, right? And we all know in society, away from football, there's loons out there that get offended by every fucking thing as well. And ironically, it's these people that cause more shit in the world and actually create more racism and more division by their whinging and whining. Because you get people that will pass a comment and then they'll feel like they're a racist or something. Oh, I didn't say it like that. I didn't mean that. Do you know what I mean? Here's my advice to you. Fuck off, right? If you read into it, into everybody's views and things, and something offends you, no one cares if you're offended. No one gives a flying fuck if you're offended. No one. If you watch my videos or if this video offends you, I couldn't give a flying fuck. Do you know why? Because you can unsubscribe and never watch ever again. And that's cool. I'd rather I didn't offend you because I'd rather you were one of the people that went, hey, we're all in this together in life, yeah? But I don't care. I don't care if you unsubscribe from my channel. I don't care if you run your mouth in the comment section because you'll be gone, you know? And maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is wrong for me to banter with my girl and say she looks bang-tied and I can't wait to give her the best 3 minutes of my life. All right? Maybe you don't find that humour, you know, because she'd probably, if she was here now, go 3 minutes. Fucking hell, bigging yourself up, aren't you? Because we banter, right? Now, if you look at my morning briefing yesterday, not a single person went, he might have a point. Not one. Quite the contrary, quite the opposite. If you read the comments, they're all like, what a plant pot. So I'll let them decide, not me, right? Now, can we move on? Because I want to go to football training. Right, we're going to do some shout-outs. This is a fucking nightmare, this. These will take a while, maybe. FN Agent. Here we go. Now we're getting into the really cool, nice people that come to my streams and comment on that. Do you know what I mean? Agent's one of my peoples. Without a doubt, all right? Agent and a channel member as well. Squad. Agent. Allseen said this in a Sky YouTube vid. I think this is about Andy Robertson. Not sure what came first, meaning the article or vid, but assuming Ornstein was first. Sorry for the brackets. I know I confuse you sometimes, bro. He's taking the piss out of me. Do you know what? I'm very offended. How do I remove him from my channel? I'm very offended because he's taking the piss that I struggle when there's brackets when I read an email out. He's taking the piss out of me. Oh, I'm offended. I'm offended. Oh, I'm going to shut my YouTube. YouTube. I did that yesterday. I'm going to shut my YouTube channel down. I'm going to ban him. Fuck, he's a channel member. Don't be so stupid. Ka-ching. Agent. It's me. Put a laughing emoji. Someone put a laughing emoji today saying something about who ate all the pies, laughing emoji. Fucking gone like that. Don't know their name. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Clearly not me, because my pies aren't ready until today. I think I'm collecting some pies today, actually. I'm still catching up on content, so maybe you have said that already. Thanks for the content and stop mistreating Remy. See? Banter! Wow, see, I want to hang around with people like this. And there's like an amazing face like that, like a shocked face. Thanks for the content and stop mistreating Remy. And then in brackets, again, just to fuck with my mind, fuck me dead. Some people have no idea how well you treat and how much you love your boy. And he's put love at. See? Do you know what I mean? Glad to see you, the missus, and especially Remy, keep him well, take care, YNWA. That's the kind of person that I want on my channel. That can take the piss, can have a bit of banter, and gets it. Agent, yes, all right. Here we go. Will Scanlon, absolute hero is Will. Met Will, he's brilliant. He's also a channel member, so I'm going to say that anyway, even if he's the biggest wanker going. But he's not. He's really fucking cool. He says, I Dunk, I totally agree with that person. You over-sexualise Remy and are always telling your chick to be quiet. It's the reason why I've stopped watching. Boom, boom! Say my people's a mint. I love them. Thanks for the support, motherfucker. Carl's channel member. Squad, Carl comes to my live streams, nearly every live stream. Brilliant. Love him. Mint. Xabi Alonso, obviously too much of a strong character, as Brendan Rodgers would say, character. For Edwards, can you see him being a yes man? Yeah, see, the yes man thing can be, calling someone a yes man, I think is really insulting, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? The question's fine. What I'm saying is, if someone said to me, you're a yes man, I'd be like, that's the fucking worst thing you could say. Now, I've opened myself up in the comment section now, because you know people like Watty will be listening, and you watch the comments on this video later today, right? I don't think Edwards or FSG previously have wanted powerful people in place, to be honest with you. Niall's on there, my man. Squat! Thank you, Niall. Clive Mitchell, channel member, squad, on yesterday's morning briefing, a typical, honest, down-to-earth Dunk MB. Keep it real as you do. Thank you, brother. These are my peoples. Ian Clark, channel member, squad, have a pint on me. Don't buy me a drink. Awful Dunk. You know what I mean? Picks on his chick, picks on his dog. Well, hey, get yourself a drink. Look at him encouraging that abuse. Especially when I come home after I've had a few sherbets, Ian. I'll come in and I'll tell him, but get out of my face. I actually do that, to be honest. I'm not even joking. T6M Brown, which is Tom Brown, channel member, swag. How do I know he's a channel member? Because he's got football next to his name. All right? Royalty. Love the videos, Dunk. I'm definitely one of those lurkers and I need to get in touch more, but I always give them a thumbs up. Also, I'm a graphic designer, so if you need anything for CF Benidorm, then give me a shout. I'd love to help you and the club out. Anyway, put this towards your cerveza, kitty, my beer kitty. What a man. I did reply, Tom. Well, let me call you T6M. I did reply with my email address. So maybe we could do something. It'd be cool as fuck. We could do something for Cop Talk anyway. Yeah, let's do something. And thank you for the offer. Nathan Lindsay in there in the super thanks. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate you getting me a coffee. Mark the legend, and he is a legend, supports me every day of the week. Channel member, squad. Thanks, buddy. Never change. We love you just the way you are. And he gives me a salute. Thank you. I appreciate that. And, I appreciate you and love you the way you are too, because you are a legend. And listen, there's this, I just think in life, if there's people you don't like or the way they behave, right? It doesn't mean that that person is wrong. That's what that's what they think in life. Far from it from me to say that person should change who they are. My suggestion to people like that is unsubscribe, and then you don't have to see this fat face ever again wafting on at you and offending you and making you curl up and be upset. That's what I think. Mark, thank you, man. Yeah, I think that's covered on the super thanks. Let me have a look. Someone put a comment this morning just before I started this saying, am I the idiot? And there's a timestamp, and it was on Xabi Alonso latest Diaz goes direct Jacobs Hedges. Am I the idiot? And I clicked on the timestamp, and it was the bit where I said to Remy something like, get down, be careful, or you'll set that idiot off again, you know, for saying that I don't look after my dog kind of thing enough, you know what I mean? Am I the idiot? I don't know if you're the idiot. I just don't know, are you? I don't know. I have no idea who said what. I don't know. Probably, if you think it's you, yeah. To suggest that I don't love my dog and give him enough attention, I think that's an idiotic thing to say. But it doesn't mean that I don't like you. But you'll probably come back, and tomorrow morning we're probably talking about you, you know, because someone left a great comment over there and said, fuck it, don't, there's no RSPCA in Spain. Dear me. Right, okay, so we need to give shout outs to people that supported my live stream last night. Great live stream last night. Now, if you are angry that the mail stand videos are currently not available to you because you're not a channel member or a VIP member, you should have come to the live stream, because on the live stream last night, I discussed them, all right? The stream was supported by the following people. Niall, obviously. Scott McSloy, Alan Metcalf, Nicholas. That's Baseka. He's Nicholas. Yeah, he's back. He's good. Casper O'Brien, I think that is. Mark the Legend again. Gay Hammer. Dave Pearman. Mark Kitchenham. Sean O'Neill. Paul 5469. William Cahill. Theo, which is Theodore. David D. Brother Ben. Copites of Anfield. YouTube channel about Liverpool. That's Gareth. Great lad. John Conway. Matthew Beale. Going through some problems at the moment. Matthew's a lovely kid. I say kid, I don't, you know, he knows. Fuck me, I don't want someone to get upset now. What do you mean he's a kid? What do you mean by that? He's a fully grown man. Let him be offended, right? It's where I'm from. Say, all right, kid, how you doing? Do you know what I mean? Matthew Beale is, I love Matthew Beale, and I feel bad because I've not spoke to him much recently, and we do normally speak a bit, but I've been so busy. And I told him on stream last night, like I'm thinking about him, because I know he's got shit going on. And he's a really funny motherfucker. He's his mint. Carl, Doug Arrowwood, Laura, so happy, Laura, that you had some good news. I love you to bits. She's got great tits and all, guys. Sexual, is it not allowed? Shall I cut that bit? Fuck, cut it out. It's true. David Sands as well. Thanks, guys. Well supported stream last night. I'm supposed to be in another town in 10 minutes, 9 minutes from now. That's not going to happen. Okay, what else do we do at this point? We look at screenshots to see if there's anything. I've got to read this comment to you. Listen to this. This was left by Black Mamba LFC. Now, this comment is left with no context at all. I genuinely do not know what the fuck they are talking about. The only thing I can think that this can relate to, if it's at me, which I think it is because I'm not replying to anybody else, like a comment, existing comment, was yesterday, I'm sure I mentioned tax or something like that. I'm always moaning about my tax, right? And I said that everything, financially, transactions with me are digital because I work online, right? So, and I was sort of like saying like, oh, I don't get any cash, you know what I mean? So, you know, you can't lose anything because it's all digital. Every single transaction related to Cop Talk, which is my only source of income, the website, for example, is digital. Every membership, PayPal, do you know what I mean, right? So you can't, you know, what do you mean those 350 memberships that have gone missing? You can't do it. And I just said, oh, everything's digital. And I said, that's why I never have any cash on me. I never have any cash on me because anything I receive goes in the bank. Nothing goes in my pocket. Does that make sense? Right? So it's not that I don't want to use cash. It's that I don't get paid in cash. I mean, could you imagine? I'm thinking of joining your website. I want to support you, bro. All right, mate. Where do you live? France. Right. Okay. I'm in Spain. Is there any chance you could pop down here and just drop that off? Yeah. I'll set off now. I'll be there tomorrow. All right. It cost me maybe 300 to get there, and I'll give you that in cash, and then we'll nice one. We actually made a comment. You've got to imagine, you know, when you sat there, right, and you're just minding your business, having a cup of tea. Oh, there's a new comment, because I like my comments from my peoples. It's people like you why our freedom gets taken away. What fucking freedom? You just conform, yeah, I always conform, me, and do everything the government tells you to. No backbone. One thing I've realised in life is if I don't do what the government tells me, I'm going to get into trouble, right? Now, whether that's the taxman or a police officer representing the government or whatever, I'm going to do as I'm fucking told, right? Because guess what? Whether you like it or not, you ain't going to fucking win, right? No backbone. Stopped using cash while these slave masters, who people refer to as leaders, are trying to usher in a cashless society. Skynet is created now too in China. Guarantee this will be ushered in the West, while people like yourself all cheer for it. Proper sheep. Me neither. I ain't got a clue. I see people all the time banging on about, do cash and, give it. All right, fine. But I ain't got any cash to pull out of the bank anyway. What the fuck? What the fuck? Seriously? My comments here, I have absolutely no idea who this comment is aimed at or what the fuck it means. Can you break it down for me, please, so I can decide how to respond? Oh, my days. Listen, right? All I want to do is talk about Liverpool and have a beer on a Saturday. And I'm a bird up on a Saturday night because she is bang. She is very sexy. She is. She's very lucky to be with me, obviously. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, my days. Right, hang on then. What else is there? I don't think there's any screenshot. What's this one? Oh, that's that plank from yesterday. We'll never be able to hear from that person again until they register a new account and keep doing that. But do you know what? It'd be better if they just went, do you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have said that about you and your missus. Can I come back, please? I go, yeah, of course you can. Do you want to be here? Because I'm like that. Life's too short. Fucking idiots. Idiots everywhere. And I'm one of them, probably. I don't deny it. That's the difference between me and them. Like, they'll go, I'm not. And I'll go, well, I am. I'm daft as a brush. Fucking. All these fucking things up. I'm fucking useless at a lot of things, but I'm good at what we cops are, though. I am. Right. I don't think anything came in on PayPal or Monzo. If it did, or maybe it did, I need to check Charlotte's messages. Okay? I'm late. Right, listen, let's get a move on. This one, okay, Revolut. So, we've done the super chats, we've done the super thanks. The super thanks is the love out on the videos, the super chats is the live streams. In the video description, there are 3 links: PayPal, Monzo, Revolut. They're alternative ways of supporting me. Revolut is my beer kitty on a Saturday, tomorrow. So my haters probably don't like that I sit here doing what I want every day of the week, get up when I want, go and chill when I want, do what I want within reason. I mean, there's nothing else. Put it this way, there's nothing in my life that I want to do that I can't do. So I like my life. It's fucking mim. And then, at the end of the week, after doing all my work, which I really enjoy, I'm a workaholic, on a Saturday, I then go for a beer, thanks to the people that love my videos and want to treat me to a beer. And the thing is, it's not only one directional, because they will verify that if they meet me, right, that I do the same back. You look out for Cop Heights of Anfield in the video comments. He'll tell you, look for his comment. Bet you if he watches this video, he comments. Because that's someone that's met me and will verify that, right? So if I can get you a beer, if I can do something for you, mark my words, I will do it. But on a Saturday, my peoples, right, they use the Revolut link because they know that, God, I'm going to get Dunk a beer. Because that's what we do around these parts. And it might hurt a lot of people, but you know what? Unlucky. So, Niall, you know, me and Niall talk all the time. And I've already acknowledged Niall. Niall, he's been such a help to this channel. He really has. Niall's me. David Sands, yesterday, basically got me some beers in for the weekend. What a fucking legend. What a legend. He knows that. And I said to him, thanks, David, mate. And he put, no problem, mate, enjoy. And I gave him a salute back like that. Yes, give him a salute. Also, listen to this. This came from Ian, right? And Ian said, have a beer on me, Dunk. Been having a tough time lately, as per my email. And your videos help me every day. See the difference in people? My videos help him. That includes the videos where I'm shouting at the dog to get down, or I'm telling my girl I'm going to give her the best 3 minutes of her life. He's not offended by any of that. He understands I'm joking. In fact, he sees me in another way. He thinks that my videos, well, doesn't think, he's telling me that my videos help him. Now, I have no idea why that is, but it helps him. So therefore, I'm doing some good, right? I'm doing some good with my activity on YouTube rather than trying to offend people, right? And there he is. He's going for a rough time, but he still wants to get his pal a drink because he's my pal. He's my virtual pal. We're friends on here. You're only not a friend if you choose to exclude yourself through stupidity. You are very welcome, he said. And he's talking about his email here, and he says, you might not have had a chance to read it, and I probably haven't, because I am so far behind on my work. And do you know why I'm so far behind on my work? Because I reply to everybody. I do, and I will get there. I want to have a day off next week, all right? But if you take a day off, you don't earn. So how do I do it? How do I catch up? Right? Because a day off really isn't a day off. I mean, I would like a day on that computer there, not in my office environment, that one over there, to go through these emails to people like Ian, people like Paul that I know has emailed me as well, that's having a rough time, and respond to them. It's still, in theory, work because it's an extension of people contacting me because of this. I don't see it as work. But when I say I'd like to take a day off, like Monday, it's not so I can go and sit, you know, out there in the sun. It's a beautiful sky out there, or go and do something, you know, pleasurable for myself. No, I just wish I could catch up. I really do. And it says, seems like we've trod similar paths. Keep up the good work. It really helps. So he's probably had some shit in his life, or maybe he's had, you know, a marriage fail or something. And unlike Numpty on here, I'm not going to mock him or say, well, it must be your own stupid fault. What I would do is think there's someone that's been through the same shit as me, and it's tough. I've had people comment on here saying I've been there, Dunk, or going through it right now. It's hard, mate, innit? Even if you're the one that says, do you know what, we should call it a day, it don't make it any easier. You've gone from having someone in your life for so long, your bestie, and they've gone, and they're still out there. It doesn't mean you're pining for it. I'm really, really happy in the situation I'm in now. But there's still comparisons, if that makes sense. Because this person's recently moved in with me, and maybe they do things differently to how things were before. And it's not trying to condition them or control them. That'll be next. It's like, oh, I like this. You know, if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? Same as if she said to me, you know, it really pisses me off when someone puts, you know, a plate in the sink or something, right? The automatic thing is like, I think, oh, it's just like, My wife, she was all right with that, didn't bother her. But then if it bothers her, guess what? I won't fucking do it. It's called learning. But you're always going to think to your past, especially when that was the last situation. I don't know if that's what Ian's saying. He's saying we've had similar paths. It's irrelevant. What he's saying there is we've both had some bullshit to deal with, and he'd probably agree with me. He can't be doing with that plant pot on here. Multiple, because there was a couple yesterday. Probably the same person, but there you go. Ian, thank you, man. What a fucking legend. David Shenson, I mentioned it yesterday, bought Remy a steak. Yeah, I think all of these are up to date. Let me just check this one, guys. 2 more things to check. Rossman 2360 debit. I did go into my my beer kitty yesterday to buy those pictures for the lads. Pay for them. Okay, one more thing to check, and I think we're done. If I've missed you out at all, would you please let me know, guys? Because it's really, really super important to me. Mark the Legends in there as well. Enjoy, brother. Got me a couple of beers, as well as a super thanks, you know. So I have great people. That's all that matters to me. Am I the idiot? The Xabi Alonso latest, you'll see the follow-up to that in there. If you can't see it, then obviously... Look, just stop being a fucking idiot, whoever you are. I don't mean that one person, I mean multiple, to everybody. Just stop. Just stop. Do you know what I mean? What do you think of that? I like that. See, over it, I'm European. All right, so I've got an handbag. Right. So I've got my club badge, look. Ta-da! I've got my Spain badge. But I haven't got my Liverpool badge. So I'm going to put that on there, I think. I'm going to replace that one. Just use that when I'm flying into the country. It's true. Because when you get, this is a massive tip, right? When I go to America next month, right, there'll be an American one, an American flag. It's true. For immigration, customs. Yeah, all right, mate, how are you doing? All right? And I'll probably wear my Back the Blue t-shirt as well. That'll offend someone, won't it? Back the Blue, we should defund the police. Yeah, good luck with that when there's no police running around. Then again, you'll probably... I don't know. So, yeah, when I fly into Spain, when I go to England, I always put that on. Because when you get to immigration, even though I've got permanent residency and have a resident card, when they see the resident card, they just go, go on, man, get in. Right, but when people are fucking around and there's big queues, if they're going to open up another queue, they'll see that. And it's happened many times. They see that and they go, it fucking works. Trust me. But I got my Liverpool one. And I go to the football all the time, as you know. So I've got my little badge there. And it's going to go here. It's going to go here. Right, guys, I'm done. All right? We'll be fucking done if I ever see you. Fucking don't you ever... Do you know what I mean? Just make love, not war. Be nice. Be nice. Just be fucking nice. If you don't like me, I can't do much about it. I can't. I'm sorry if you feel that way. I'm not sorry for who I am, but I'm sorry if you feel that way if we don't connect on that level. Do you know what I mean? But I can't do out about that. If you don't like my vids, don't watch them. Or watch them, which is what they usually do when they don't like me, and just thumbs them down all day. If that makes you feel good in your life, you do it. All right? I can assure you I will not be sat here in tears. I'll be sat, well, tears of fucking laughter. More like. Right, I've got to go, guys. I'm going to go and get my pack up now that my wench has left for me. She knows her fucking place. If she was here now, I'd shit myself if that door clicked. Right? So I'm going to get my pack up and I'm going down to watch football on the Mediterranean. Look, haters are you there? Look at that sky, yeah. In my t-shirt, kick back while you're in the comments. I've really enjoyed this video, guys. I hope you have too. If you're one of my peoples, thumbs up the vid, right? If you're not one of my peoples, you know what you've got to do, and you're going to go, and you're going to go, oh, I feel all satisfied now, because that's going to make a big difference to Big Dunk. He won't be smiling now, I've thumbs down his video. Oh, no, I've ruined his life. You got to do what you got to do. My peoples, please thumbs up my video, all right? If you can. Don't matter, it don't make any fucking difference. I don't think it makes any fucking difference. But I see all these young punks going, hey, what's up, subscribe, click the bell, ding dong ding. Well, do you know what I mean? I don't even know if it makes any fucking difference. I'm just trying to look like I know what I'm talking about. I don't care. Do you know what I care about? Magnus cider. If you want to get me a beer for tomorrow, right, because I spent, how much did I spend? Some money on photographs. My beer kit is down. Please use the Revolut link. Listen, if you do that, all right, please leave a really sarcastic message that I can read to these people and say, don't, you must be very upset because then people left their nasty comments. So I'd like to buy you 2 drinks because that'll really piss them off, right? And if you don't want me to read your name out, no problem, I can do that. You know what I mean? If you've got drama-free life. Right, thumbs up or thumbs down. Do what you need to do, however you feel about things in life. If I've disappointed you with the video, thumbs down. You could leave a comment. Always, if you're being sarcastic, do leave an emoji, like a laughing emoji or a wink. You know what I mean? Because if I'm in wrong mood, you know what I'm saying? There's no way back. I can't unhide people from the channel. It doesn't let you. Not on my channel. I've raised it with YouTube. They kind of the attitude of, well, they must have fucked you off, so why would you want them back anyway? Which is understandable. Yeah, so do the thumbs thing. Oh, she like... comment. Love art. People, what is watching now going, oh yeah, you forgot the love art bit. There's a super thanks thing called the love art if you'd like to support my channel. I'll give you a shout out in my morning briefing and read your comment out, obviously. There's 3 links in the video description. As you know, got to continue the grift. PayPal, Monzo, what was it? Revolut. Any of them don't matter. But Revolut's my virtual one on my phone where I think I'm not spending it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, do that. Please become a channel member if you can, because it gives you a football next to your name and you can walk around the comments and the live streams like, yeah, we don't, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you come on my live streams, you know, you get, you know, I'm like, hey, my peoples are here. If you want to become a VIP member, which is the best way of becoming a supporter of mine, is to join the members website. It's very good on there. All the members videos are on there now as well. And if you do decide to become a VIP member, for example, or a channel member, can you leave a comment underneath this video, even if it's false, right? Say, I've just joined the VIP member, man, because I want to support you because of all them numpties in the comments, and that'll annoy them even more. They'll reply to you, but you won't see it. Oh, and I won't see it either. See you later, guys. Hey, listen, let me end the video in a nice way, right? Listen, I don't have a problem with anyone, including anyone that's ever run their mouth against me, right? I had a kid come on here on the stream the other day and he went, Dunk, I ain't seen your videos for years. You once banned me from your YouTube channel. I'm sorry about that. And I went, oh, I don't know who it was. He went, no, I was being a bit stupid. I went, but you're very welcome here. I didn't go, well, you can get off again. Life is too short, right? I don't have a problem with anyone on YouTube, any journalist, the haters, the militant style haters that are on social media, you know, calling me a wool and stuff like this. I don't have a problem with anyone. I'll pull you up if you're a numpty. I will, because I think I have a right to do that, right? But I don't wish any harm on you. And I really hope that maybe you, instead of this video winding you up further, maybe you could get to the end of it and go, he's right, really. We are all on the same life at the same time. Let's enjoy it. Let's do the things we love and just be nice to each other. And take my mum's advice. If you haven't got anything nice to say, don't fucking say it.